Each summer, we travel to local cities, towns, villages. We're finding what makes our communities unique.
And this week, we're focusing on the Thousand Islands. Did you know there's a lighthouse that sits on the St. Lawrence River in Clayton and dates all the way back to the mid-1800s?
It was rebuilt in 1903, then closed in 1955 before being restored and eventually opened to tourists. Our Stephanie Stanovich got a chance to ride on the only public transportation to that lighthouse to get a better view of the river.
People from all over travel here to Clayton to experience the Rock Island Lighthouse boat tour.
I'm from Imperial, California, which is just 30 miles north of the Mexican border.
The Clayton Island tours have 4 boats. 3 go to Boat Castle, 2 to Rock Island Lighthouse, and 1 to Grindstone Island. Owner David Kay describes the experience as a mixture of history and nature.
This is our 15th year, and we started right here, and it was just to bring a boat line back into Clayton and help Clayton with boat tours. We got such a beautiful river here.
It's beautiful, yes.
Marilyn Haney taught 8th grade history for 12 years and is intrigued to learn more with her grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Once on board, guests are treated to a history lesson.
There's actually 1,864 islands in the Thousand Islands.
The boat we're on has a see-through glass bottom. It shows how in seconds the water can go from 6 feet deep to just 1 foot, which is why the captain needs to know this river like the back of his hand. This is the only public transportation to the Rock Island Lighthouse. The lighthouse was moved here in the early 1900s and closed in 1955. It was later restored and reopened as a state park.
I think it's beautiful, historic, and I think it's always fun to learn.
Stepping off the boat, I got a chance to join this group of tourists walking up the lighthouse. Tourists can walk up the many steps in the lighthouse to get a better, higher view of the river.
I think the trip is wonderful. I think the water, the air is refreshing. I think the historic things that you learn is always something that you can cherish and remember.
Back on the boat, tourists see more islands, homes along the river, fish, and a shipwreck that happened years ago. Kay says on their smaller boats, the experience is even more personal.
You get a chance to talk with the captain and talk with the narrator and see things up close.
For the Kays, it's a family-owned business that's been passed along for generations. And for those who come here, it's the best way to navigate a family trip to the Thousand Islands. Reporting in Clayton, I'm Stephanie Stanovich.
Well, there's so much to do up there.
Yeah, another bit of history there. Now, adults 13 and up, $24. Children 16, seniors 22, 5 and younger, free. So it costs you something, but reasonable.
That's right, and we are so excited to visit the Thousand Islands tomorrow, so make sure that you're watching our live special broadcast from up there. We're looking forward to it.
We'll be in Clayton this time tomorrow night. We can't wait.
Well, it's coming up tonight on NBC.